Hello programmers, in today's class we'll see what are labels in OpenOffice Writer. We can use label to create iCards or visiting cards or even shopping tags. They are commonly used for printing the address list. Let me first show you what are labels. So as you can see here in this, the first name is appearing and then the address and then the country name. So this way it is same in all the labels with different data. So let us see the practical how we can create labels in OpenOffice Writer. For creating labels, I have already created a database in OpenOffice base. In this, the name of my database is LabelDB. In this database, I have already created two tables. One is label and second one is table label. So I am going to use this table which is label. So double click this. This is displaying the record in my table. So there are 6 records. So I'll be using these records for creating label in my OpenOffice Writer. So for this I have to open a new file in OpenOffice Writer. You can even create a file from this file, new and text file. Let us see the steps of creating label in OpenOffice Writer. So for creating label, you have to select file menu. In this, select the sub menu new. From this, select labels. So when you click on this, you'll get this window. It has 3 tabs: label, format and option. Let me first explain you what is this option tab. In this option tab, I am selecting entire page and I am checking this synchronize contents. This is a very important option in creating label, as this will help to synchronize the format or to synchronize the content. Like you can make any change in first label and then the changes will be reflected in all other label if you have clicked on this synchronize content. So that's the reason this is an important option. Now coming to the first tab, which is labels tab. So this is the tab through which I can create my label or I can select the fields for my label. Now from this database, select the database which you want to use. So I'm going to select the database LabelDB from this. In this database, as I told you, I have 2 tables. I'm going to use this first table which is label. Now this will display all the fields or column of that table. So as I showed you, there were 4 columns and I want to use these 3 columns for my label. So one by one I am going to select the column or the field name, and by clicking on this I can get this field name in this list. So after name I want the address to appear in the second line. So that's the reason I'll click on enter key and then I can select the next field which is address, and then clicking on this arrow you can shift this field to this list box. Press enter key if you want it in next line. Now select the third field which is the mobile field. I want it also in my label. So these are the 3 fields I want in my label. So now coming to the next option which is brand. You can select any brand from here. So I'm going to keep it default only. From this type drop down also you can select any type. There are so many type of labels. I am going to keep it user only. And now coming to the next tab which is format tab. Now this will display the default setting of your user type. This is user type. Now this is displaying the default value. First is horizontal pitch, vertical pitch. Now what is this horizontal and vertical pitch? This is horizontal pitch. You can increase it. As you can see, I have increased the horizontal pitch. If you want to increase the vertical pitch, that means this value you can increase or you can even reduce the value. As you have seen, I have increased the vertical pitch also. Now the width and height of label can be controlled from this option. So if you want to increase the width, you can click on this arrow. If you want to decrease or reduce the width, you can use this down arrow. The same way, you want to increase the height, you can use this. This will increase the height of your label, as you can see. So this way you can increase or reduce the height of your labels. Now coming to the next option, which is the left margin and the top margin. Now this is the margin, that is the blank space. You want to increase, you can increase the left margin. You can see this is increasing, or even you can reduce it. If you want to increase the top margin, you can click and then you can increase the top margin also. Now in this type which I have selected, I have kept the columns as 2 and the rows as 7. That means in my one page there will be 2 columns. 2 column means one column and second column, and 7 rows. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means 7 label you can see row wise. So that makes it 7 into 2. That means 14 labels I can get in one page. So this is the setting you can do from this format tab. Option tab I have already told you. If you want to save, you can click on this save and you can save the label format of this user type. Whatever changes you have made will be saved now. You can click on OK and you can overwrite it if you want to. I'm not going to do that, so I will cancel it. And when you click on new, you will get a new document displaying the labels which you have created just now. Now as you can see, this is displaying the label. As I have already told you, it will be 2 column and 7 rows. What is 7 rows? 1 and 2. This is third one, fourth one, fifth, sixth and 7. So this way you will get 7 row into 2 columns, that is 14 labels you can get in one single page. Now let us see how we can print this. After doing it, if you want to make any change, even you can do it, like if you want to change the format of your label, you can do that. Just you can select one label and then you can do the formatting. That means whatever you want, the font type, you can change the font size of your label. If you want it to be center aligned, you can use this. Want to change the color, you can use. If you want to make it bold, you can use it. And whatever changes you want to make, you can select one label and you can do all the changes in that particular label. Now when you click on this synchronize label, the changes will be reflected in all the labels. That is the third option which I told you in that tab, option tab. Now after this, you can click on print, that means file, and then you can select print, or even you can press Ctrl+P. When you click on yes, now this is displaying you mail merge. Now as you can see, this is the list displaying the databases in my computer. So as you can see, I have selected LabelDB. This is the name of my database, and in this you can see tables. It is displaying both the tables, 2 tables were there, and as I have selected this table label, so it is displaying the data of that particular table. Now you can see, if you want all the records to be printed in your label, you can click on this all. So all the records, that means there are 6 records, all these 6 records will be printed as label. But if you want to change, if you want to select only few record, you can click from 1 to the number of record you can write. For example, I want first 4 records, so I can click on 1 to 4 and then I can get the label of these 4 records only. You can even select it like this. if you want all first 4 or 5 records, keep your cursor and then using the shift key you can select 4 or 5 records and then you can click on file. But if you want records which are not continuous, then what you can do, you can select the record like this. Select first record. If I want 4 record, I'll click on control key, and pressing the control key I'll left click this 4th record. So first record and 4th record, if I want in my label, I can select these 2 records only. So these 2 records only will appear in my label. And if you want all the records to be printed, you can select on all, or even you can select it from here. So whichever way you want, or you can select that. Now coming to this, it is output. Output, if you want it, if you have a printer attached, you can click on this printer and you can click on OK. It will come in the form of hard copy. But if you don't have a printer, you can save it as a file also. So for that you have to select this file option. Now there are 2 options: save as a single record or save as individual document. That means each record will appear as individual document if you select this option, and if you select a single document, all the records will be displayed in one single document only. So I am going to select save as a single document, and I have selected all records. So this way you can click on any option you want, and then you can click on. Finally I have selected all and file and as a single document. You can click on OK. So now you can save your document, give it any name. I am going to save by giving label 1 only. So you can click on save. So this way you can save your label. Now let me just show you the labels. For this, I'll go to this, and the name of my document was label 1. Click on this. Now as I told you, there were 6 records in my table. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all these 6 records are printed as label in my writer, in my document. But now there's a problem, like in my database, in my table, I have left few fields. Like, let me show it to you. When I double click this, you can see I have kept the 2 records address field as null. That means I have not inserted the value or the data for these 2 records. Now in such cases, when you print your label, you'll get this blank space. Now even you can remove this blank space, because it doesn't look nice if you print like this. So you can even delete this blank space. Now let us see the steps how we can delete this. First you have to ensure the label frames are showing the data source heading. That means the name, address and mobile. These are the data source heading. So you have to ensure that you are in the same document. Now you have to ensure that you can see the non-printing characters. What are non-printing characters? Like the paragraph mark, the line break. Now for this you have to click on either the standard toolbar, this option non-printing character. The shortcut key is Ctrl F10, or you can click on view and then click on non-printing characters. Ctrl plus F10 is the shortcut key. So when you click on this, you can see this. This is the paragraph mark, and this is line break. This is line break. This is also line break, and this is the paragraph mark. Now you can just see the address field separation is created by the line break instead of this paragraph mark. So what you have to do is you have to replace this line break with the paragraph mark. Now to remove this line break with the paragraph mark, first place the cursor at the end of this line and then press the del key. So here also I want to remove this line break, so I'll click the cursor, keep the cursor at the end, and then I'll click on del key. Now I want this address to be displayed in next line. Keep the cursor and press the enter key. So when you press the enter key, you will get this paragraph mark here. The same way I will keep the cursor after this address and I will click on enter key. So this way I'll get the paragraph mark in each line. So our objective was to replace all the line breaks at the end of the data source field with the paragraph mark. Now after this, after doing this change in one label, you have to click on synchronize label, so it will be reflected in all the other labels. So after doing this, the next step is to click on insert menu and then select the field submenu. From this you can select other. So you'll get this window which has 6 tabs. Click on this functions tab. In this, select the type as hidden paragraph, and then you have to write a condition here. So what will be the condition? I'll just show you. For writing condition, you have to use a not operator, which is the exclamation mark, and in the square bracket you have to write the condition. That means first will be your database name, then dot, and then the table name, dot, and the column name. Now to test for multiple condition, that means if you have more than 2 columns for which you want to write the condition, you can use AND operator or OR operator. AND operator, that means both the condition should be true. OR operator means either of these condition can be true. So you have to put AND or OR operator between the condition statement. That means not, and in this square bracket your database, table, and then column 1, and again not operator, square bracket, database name, table name, and the second column name. So this way you can write condition for more than one field by using AND operator or OR operator. Now coming back to our this label field window, I am writing condition here, putting exclamation mark, then the square bracket, and now the database name was LABELDB. This was my database name, label DB. Dot, now the table name was LABEL label, then dot, and then the field name. So I want to remove the blank space for my address field. So I am going to write the field name as address. So this is the name of my column, address. So after this, close the square bracket, and then this is the condition. Exclamation mark, database name was label.db, dot, the table name was label, dot, and then the field name was address. Now I have closed the square bracket. Now you can click on insert. After this, close this window. Now you have to synchronize the labels again. So after this, you have to just print it by using the same step, that is Control P, or by going to the file and print option. Click on yes, you'll get this window, mail merge window. The steps are same now. I want all records to be displayed in my label, all records label I want. You can select file. If you don't have a printer, you can select to save as a single document or as an individual document. I want single document. Click on OK. Give it a name now. I am going to give it a name as LABEL label 2. Now click on save. So this will save your label. Now let me check the file label 2. For this I'll go to the folder and then this is label 2. When I open this file, now you can see here the blank space is replaced by this mobile number and we are not getting the blank space. So this way you can remove the blank space in your labels. So that's all for this class. We'll meet in next class.